can see why the deer like it on the side hill. The grass got green here in the fall, late fall, and they're eating this grass here. It's still green all over the place. This high hill's just covered with tracks in the last couple of days. Anyways, just stepping my rifle and my pack and my saw and the liver that I took in a bag, stepping it every about 20 yards. Tiring. I shot it just around 10 a.m. this deer, and it's 12 o'clock in the day right now. It's taken me 2 hours myself to get it out. It's been about half a kilometer I had to take it out. I ain't got far to go now to the road. About maybe 75 yards, that's it, 60 yards. 60 to 75 around there. I almost got her beat. It's a big sized deer. Good body on him. I'm getting tired, I know that. 2 hours of dragging. At least it's downhill this part. Someone else can shoot him, but I won't. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get all this here fence wire down. Got to roll it up, and lots, like I said, lots of little things to do. I'm going to get the fire going, and I got a big bucket of water I'm going to put on there to wash my hands and my face. I have to, put on the fire there. It's going to take a while to get her, warm. It's all iced up again. It was minus 15 in here last night. Yeah, solid as a rock. Take my hammer and it's full of ice. Fun and games. Anyways, I gotta get going here. Gotta shut her down. And there's the reel I made up for the. Just put a couple screws with my drill under a tree and then reel in all the line. I got it the way I'm bringing it in. I got it all written down. So in the next year when I put it out, it'll be in order. So I won't forget. Trying to keep all my freaking, beer and water and, other things from freezing up as eggs and stuff. It's just a pain in the ass. Been so cold here. Having to keep everything, shove it in the truck at night and make my bed and strip it down in the morning, take everything out. It's just a pain. That's what happens when you have a spike camp and it's cold. You have to, use your head in order to keep things, organized and on top of it so things don't get frozen. I lost one beer here. I put it upside down here. It broke from the frost. But I laid it upside down around the side here with the holes near the top there where it burst out. Anyways, enough said. I gotta get going here. Put my buck in the back here. Tarp around. I tied it around the antlers here to my quad with rope and wrapped it here. I got my sensor light going there. Anything comes around, it'll trigger off and come on. Solar panel unit. I took the three AA batteries out and put just regular batteries in. So that'll light up the whole back here. And he won't be able, he's got to get through electric fence too. You know, and that's another thing, you know, and so I don't trust leaving it down the meat pole. I lost a deer 4 years ago and it really bothers me. I don't want to lose another one with all the work I did to get this deer, so I'm taking all the precautions that I have to you know, to prevent from a grizzly coming in and taking my deer again. Anyways, I got it all set up and hopefully nothing comes in tonight or the rest of the 3 days I'm in here. I'll go and hang the deer back up, wrap it in the tarp here, and I'll hang it back up in the meat pole tomorrow. It's a lot of work, but I don't want to lose any meat. And this creek is all frozen up here. There's a scrape there from a whitetail buck. Probably about 5 days old. Yeah, he scraped it pretty good. You can see all the moss that he pulled down there in the grass. About 30 yards from my trail cam. In this old black timber here I am, where one of my trail cams are. Scats here. Not much left of my salt box. My trail cam right there. There's a fresh rub. That rub's only probably about 3 days old. About 40 yards from my trail cam. Blue buck. I got a buck today, so I'm having a blue buck. Pilsner beer. I should say Phillips. There's the buck. Cracker open. There we go. Tastes good. Blue buck. It's the only beer to have. It's good beer. Well, it's the end of my hunting season if you're in here. I'm going to spend a couple days in here enjoying myself, have a nice fire going, and start tidying up camp. Start putting things away and pull out of here in a couple days. Got my water going. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. I can sit around the fire and enjoy myself by myself. Going to be some nice wood left for somebody here if they come into this camp. I just hope they respect it. You know, keep it like it is. They leave. Anybody comes in here and stays here, I can't do nothing about it. It's crown land, but you gotta respect my, my clean camp. They should leave it the way they come into, to camp here. Don't mind them using the wood. It's there. If they want to use it, it's there. Anyways, I'm going to shut her down. Yeah, another thing is my theory was right. I said that the bucks are held up and the does, and they're in the timber. They're not moving much because the cold front come in. It was so cold, and they are conserving energy, so they didn't they didn't come out there. I didn't see a deer there for, very much at all. I saw only a couple deer in about 3 days or 4 days. They were just held up. And they weren't moving. And as soon as it got a little warmer this morning, they started moving around. So when it gets really cold out, and it's really like minus 20 or something at night, and highs are only minus 10 or 12, and you don't see nothing. That's why you don't see nothing, because they're held up in the timber. They're just conserving energy, and they're not moving much. But anyways, this morning was a different story. It was a little bit warmer. It was only minus 10 last night, so they were more moving around this morning when I went out. I saw 2 bucks together there, and I took one of them. I stalked them. I went around the back of the mountain, and I went up over the back of the ridge, and I come down on them, and they were lucky enough they were still by the timber line. They were just going in the timber, so I made the right move. I saw them at about 1,000 yards, but I got in my truck and I drove around the backside and I parked it and I went up the mountain and I come over up the back on them and surprised them, and I took the one because it was a decent buck. It wasn't big, it wasn't small, it was just average and good enough for me. Anyways, that's my theory. I could be wrong, but that's what I think anyway. I went out scouting this morning for whitetail, see what's around. Today's November the 2nd. It's 2019. It's 11 a.m. here now. I got back about half an hour ago. I saw 2 huge whitetail bucks together. They're 100 yards apart from one another, and they're going to the timber. I put the spot and scope on them, and they're a good sized deer, a good rack. Anyways, I already got my deer, but I'm still looking around scouting. And I have a mule deer tag, but there's very few mule deer in here, but you never know. So I'm kind of looking around scouting to see what's in here, And the rut's just starting to pick up now. It's my theory is right. The deer don't move around at all when it's cold. Like yesterday morning, it was minus 20 in here, and there wasn't a deer to be seen. I went out looking, scouting, never saw a deer. This morning, there's a bit of cloud overcast, and the temperature was minus 5, way warmer, and that's what I saw. The deer are moving around when it's warmer. They hold up when it's really cold, and they conserve energy, and it's happened twice now. So I'm pretty sure my theory is right. So just so you know, that's what they do. And I'm been a whitetail hunter now for probably 35, 40 years, and I've got some nice whitetail mounts. I've got some nice whitetail deer over the years, and I've studied them in here for where my hunting area is. I've studied them in here for probably, I'd say probably 40 years. Anyways, seeing what their activities like and that, and I'm pretty sure that I got it pegged that when it's cold out, that the deer just don't move. It happened twice here in the last 4 days. So what's that tell you? Anyways, I'm gonna head out of here on Monday. Today's Saturday. I'm gonna go out scouting tomorrow. I'm gonna go scouting tonight. And maybe I'll find a mule deer, probably not, but at least I'm looking anyway, and that's all I can do. Anyways, I'm by myself, and I'm going to, still look around. So, it's a good thing to look around and, see what's in the area, for next year, I like looking at and scouting for whitetail deer and seeing what's in here, and it's kind of interesting. And I'll film, the white-tailed deer, big ones that I see if they're close, but the ones that I saw this morning were 1,000 yards out. I put my spotter on them, and you could see they're good racks, but they're only about 100 yards from the timber, and they're pegging a rate for the timber. It was around about 8:45 a.m. in the morning. So, but they're getting itchy. They're getting out and they're moving around. The big bucks are starting to come into it now. Anyways, I'll shut it down. Enough said.